Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio. Your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Hello and a very warm good evening from the UK. My name is Dr. Madalene Chan, and hello to USA Global TV and Radio viewers all around the world on our LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, and all our other social media and YouTube as well. So I'm going to be with you to host the Film and Music Show. And for today's guest, we have a very exciting guest. It's her second time, actually. It's been a while since she's been on the show because she's been so very, very busy with lots of exciting things and projects. And she's going to be telling us about. Her name is Claudia Machado. She's originally from Portugal. She lives in London. She's a model, a fashion editorial model. She has done a few independent films as an actress. She also is qualified as a nurse, which has brought her on to being in the well-being area, especially in the national health and well-being. She's the business director of her company, and she supports women empowerment. So the film and music is going to be presenting Claudia Machado. So before she comes along, I would like to express to you about USA Global TV and Radio. For those who don't know much of USA Global TV and Radio, but they have heard. Well, let me tell you, I joined USA Global TV and Radio in 2020, and I was very, very scared. I really was. I had a fear about presenting. And Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, the CEO and the founder of USA Global TV and Radio, the mothership, she brought me under her wing and she mentored me. And I went on a few numerous courses, especially about the power of effective listening, because that is a key point when you are interviewing your guests. You have to have truly engaged listening and be in that very moment. Right. Okay. I see that the lovely Claudia is just backstage. So here she is, Claudia Machado.
Hi. Hi,
everyone.
Hi,
Claudia. Hello. And where are you broadcasting from? Where are you?
Okay. So I'm broadcasting from a really special place. And this is my grandparents' house in Portugal. I grew with them since I was little, and they teach me a lot of things in life, including my human values and to be who I am. So I'm very grateful to be here and broadcasting from Portugal, Porto. And I hope, guys, you coming here as well to enjoy the sun, enjoy the Portuguese food, and also our culture, because we were very, very, very welcoming.
That is a beautiful, warm embrace and welcoming for Portugal. And congratulations for Portugal for getting into the Eurovision for the final for Saturday. That's fabulous. Congratulations.
And for me, it really is an honor because I really love music. I sing since I was little. And I used to sing exactly here, having some kind of my come and just start singing around the house. Disney,
Oh,
and I always love Eurovision. And one day I was always dreaming about to be on stage and singing. So when I was little, I always wanted to sing for in stage. So I became part of the chorus in a church in Pousada de Saramago, where I used to sing as well in a church. And it was really magic, really missing that time, really.
so very multiple of talents there. Singing, actress, fashion
um,
model. The question that I'm sure the viewers would like to know, where do you find time, Claudia, to fulfill all these projects? And do you schedule yourself? Are you quite strict with yourself?
No, no. To be honest, I'm going with the flow. Um, for me, singing, I discovered singing is a way of me escape from a lot of family issues. I grew in a very traumatic, mom and dad was a bit complicated. So it was very traumatic for me at the time. So for me, music was really an escape. Everything was so magic. And I want to really escape to a magic world where there is peace, where there is love, where there is acceptance. And all I want to be is around the nature, singing with my soul. Even though if I was not a great singer, I sing with my soul, and I find peace in singing. And and obviously acting also was part of me because I didn't have many friends, so I used to be my own friend and speak with myself, and so that grow in me as an actress. I use the mirrors many times to speak with, to to express myself, because when we grow it's hard to actually disclose few things that we going through, because we are young, and because sometimes being a young child is really hard to disclose very traumatic matters with a other young child. um, there is a preconcept in society of children that is going through abuse and violence, and I always find in myself the peace, the companionship, and obviously my grandparents who supported me through a lot in my life. So again, I'm very thankful to them, and wherever they are, because I know they are in a safe place. I hope they support me through next challenge and next chapter in my life, truly.
That is a very truly compelling story, Claudia, and thank you for your transparency. Thank you for sharing your heart with the viewers, with us all. So, with regards to going to London, so you're a nurse, a qualified nurse. How did you make the transition, or what made you have the transition from being a nurse surrounded with doctors and patients and everything, then to go on to the glamour world, photos, all that glamour?
Okay, I'm going to first explain what takes me into nursing. Okay, so I was very young and always to help people. Because at the time nobody could help me in my health, I decided to support people in their health, and so I become a health professional. At the time, I really wanted to become a doctor, but my degree were not enough because I was really depressed at the time. I was very suicidal, and I went through also nervous anorexia, so a period of really, really challenges, and I overcome all those, and I become a nurse myself. And I was really happy because at the time I didn't have the finances or the money to pay my course, and because of my grades, I got a bursary from the university and I was able to complete my course. For me, coming back home again was coming back to a trauma and the violence, because My father was really abusive, and I had to go somewhere where I could find again the peace. So I decided to do a course because my English was not really great. I can say to you guys, so I'm sorry if my English is still not great, but at the time, my English was not great. The only thing I used to say is yes or no. But I took a course in Porto, and I learned a little bit of, professional language in nursing. And I got an interview in December. I could not forget December. In the same living room here, I did my interview and I passed. So I got my first job in London in Kettering General Hospital, and in 2015, I flew to London, to United Kingdom to start my career as a nurse. Now, what really took me into modeling, acting, being a nurse is really, hard. Working 12 hours. I can say my first 2 years I was working 7 days a week, 12 hours. I got a really good sum of money that I used to invest in my house. So right now I have an apartment in Portugal I bought. But I mean, it was really stressful, and I lost the sense of time. I lost of a sense of being, and I need to find that. And that was something that came to me in the COVID-19, where I could not see myself existing anymore. There was a lack of food on the supermarkets. I really feel, I couldn't even see my friends. I couldn't see my family, and I got into a burnout, and I had to really escape. And acting, modeling was something that I discovered as a hobby, and really filled me a lot at the time. I met fantastic people. I will never forget them, including Madalene Chan. And I cannot really thank you so much for all the support, and for all the belief you made, all the belief that it was like a game, having my grandparents present, but in another ways, in another form. And I think you brought that to my life, a sense of hope, a sense of belief that I could be someone. And so I came across with the name Claudia Secrets. And Claudia Secrets is that person, is myself, who discovering, through life challenges. So I discover myself in different, chapters. And obviously, I discovered a strong woman. I would never imagine I could ever transition from Portugal to another country, learn the language, work as a nurse, and become independent, and actually become independent and established. So that's really who I am today. And I change a lot. I become more human. I become more empathic with the world. I now apologize myself for everything I haven't done before, and I embrace, humankind and humanity in the different way. And really, I'm liking the way I am today, and I just want to be better. That's my goal. I want to be a better human, not even be rich, not be, in a high position, but I just want to be a better human being and serve humanity. That's all I want to do, really.
I'm just, my breath's being taken away. That such a beautiful, beautiful, heart-filled, true, just for humility. Your heart is so pure and so full and authentic. It's beautiful. Thank you, Claudia. Absolutely. Oh, wow. Okay, let me remain
Thank you.
professional because I don't want to blubber. So, Claudia, I want to talk about, if it's okay, if we can talk about, sorry. So when you're in with the doctors and you're in the hospital and you have all these uh, patients coming in, so then when you're suddenly transitioned into a fashion show or on a photo assignment or in a filming crew and you have the hustle and bustle, do you at one point think, have you, so my question is, from being in the busy medical room or doctor's room or hospital, have you found skills able to deal with when you're in a full room with people with more egos, the creative industry?
Yeah. I think being honest at the beginning was really challenging because, you know, I grew in a countryside where everybody knows everybody and we believe in everything that people tell us. And, I didn't used to be around people with so high ego. And, sometimes I really shut myself or shrink myself down because I thought really they really high level and they better than me. And always I believe that until I actually have mentorship, um, and people who help me see the world in different way. And really ego is something that's still existing a lot, and we see right now in Instagram, in social media, where people bring bring to the world a high standard of life that does not exist. And it's so beautiful, guys, just be ourselves in our humble world where you just bring yourself. There is nothing beautiful. And that's everything I come across. I decided instead accepting their ego, telling them what we come from, what we should be doing as a human being. And I accept their ego. If someone comes with their ego, I will accept that. However, I will not respond in the same ego way. I will be myself. So I think this is the best way to be. And being around ego, my advice is accept their ego, but not respond in the same way, because behavior generates behavior, but we have to challenge them in the different behavior. So we have to be ourselves. So I really believe that I learned a lot, to be myself and stand for myself and respect the ego, but carry on, not really, be the same at the same level as them.
Yeah.
But yeah, the world's still full of ego, Madeline, and it's true. We can see every day, even in network events, we see people talking highly about themselves and really you know the things that they say is really not resonating who they are. And I would like, I say sometimes, does not matter who I am, I just want to understand what I do. I would like you to see what I do. Me translating or describing who I am is actually sometimes is lost in words, is better actions than really just speaking. The same for all those who say, I'm supporting this, I'm supporting that. I want to see people supporting truly, genuinely from the heart. That's how we gain respect. We're not gaining respect from what we say, but from what we do.
Well, there's some beautiful pearls of wisdom there, which brings me to the next question, Claudia. On your Instagram, you've got Claudia's Secrets. Can you tell our audience what is Claudia's Secrets?
Um, so Claudia's secrets are, is a name I decided to give myself to my profile. And it's kind of a philosophy of life where I believe that all of us, we're going through challenges and we have something in ourselves that we are incapable to describe. But they are talents, they are strengths, weakness, but they are part of us that still undiscovered. And so for me, my name is an invite from every single one to try to tap into their potential inner selves and discover who they really are. Instead saying I'm this, I'm that, try really going to yourself through meditation and find a place, a safe place, a peaceful place where you really think about who I am, who I really want to be, and try to navigate through your potential. And that's my invite to people. That's what Claudia Secret want to do, want to invite people to tap into their own selves and discover their own potential, and and you know their selves. That's what secrets are, really, our part of selves that we don't know but still there, ready to be discovered.
Beautifully expressed, Claudia. So, with Claudia's secrets, do you have any plans in the future to maybe go in maybe a book or a poetry or something? I don't know why I'm getting
Yes,
this, but
yeah, I'm actually writing a book. Absolutely,
oh,
I'm writing a
really?
book. Yeah, so I'm writing a
So,
book. The name of the book is From Me to You. It's basically um, a conversation between inner self and the subconscious that is always there, even when we don't know. We act our actions sometimes. Behaviors we have, and we don't know where they're coming from. So basically, is that conversation between the rational me and my subconscious, and is basically an exchange of messages, and is going through as well, as I mentioned before, a self-discovery path. So that's the book From Me to You.
fantastic. Well, we look forward to that. From me to you. Love the title already. It's beautiful. Claudia, being a model in your modeling days, I'm sure that you're still modeling, but but to be a model, what's your opinion in the way of to be a successful model in these day and age?
Basically, I would say more than just an appearance is, um, I would say, the personality. Personality is really important. So you have to bring that self, the self, the confident you, your full personality, because this is what brings individuality. And you're also fashion, the way, because fashion has different interpretations. Everyone has a different fashion style. So fashion can have different, um, definitions for different people. So your fashion, yourself, your individuality. So instead copying all the models, all the, personalities, just be yourself. Bring some individuality in what you do, and that passion that brings into modeling, because modeling is not only taking pictures and exposing design dress. It can also be just you. um, so for me, this is what modeling is bringing your individuality into the fashion world, and that identity that really could resonate, for example, with a designer dress. If you are more into a free style, colorful, if you really open vibe, then I would say go for different types of designs. You can even, I would say, style yourself accordingly. So That means, modeling is communication, is bringing your, individuality and communicate your individuality to the world. That's my advice for every single model. Don't copy others, be just yourself.
That is gold again, golden pearls of wisdom that needs to be put in a book for sure. So on this point, we're just going to go to a commercial break,
That's it.
and then when we come back, we'll be talking to you about your company. Right, okay, so here we go to a commercial break.
In a world craving connection, one platform dared to dream bigger. USA Global TV and Radio, a beacon for global voices, authentic storytelling, and elevated listening. Led by visionary Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, the journey from a spark to a global force is now captured in one inspiring book. Honored with YouTube's Silver Creator Award for surpassing 100,000 subscribers. Discover the evolution, the challenges, the triumphs, and the unstoppable spirit that created a global movement. Executive producer Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang. Creative director Paul Garcia. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication, or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited. Now an Amazon #1 new release in paperback and ebook. Broadcasting Brilliance, the evolution of USA Global TV and Radio, is inspiring readers around the world. Join the movement that's redefining global media one story at a time.
Welcome back to the Film and Music Show. My name is Dr. Madalene Chan, and before the break, we were talking to the lovely model, nurse, and business director of our own company as well, Claudia Machado, and so we're going to bring her back on again. Hello there, Claudia. She is appearing. There she go. So, Claudia, can you tell our viewers the new business, you're a business director of your own company. What inspired you to open your own company? And what is the mission statement of your company? We seem to have lost in translation with okay, we seem to have lost Claudia at the moment. Because it's live, we sometimes have these transmission distractions. Claudia.
I said that I'm in the show.
Okay. So my question, Claudia, you are you have your own business. You're a business director of ICU Med. What inspired you to create your own business? And what is your mission statement that you want to put out to the rest of the collective, to the world, through your business?
Okay. So what really inspired me to create ICU Med was really back in 2023. I was working for a corporate, supporting clients across the globe with their travel emergencies. And I noticed a lot of people struggling with medicines. And so I came with the idea of ICU Med. It really is intended to be a software to provide support to travelers by providing a global platform for prescriptions where everyone across the world can have access to medicines by a unique standard format of prescription. So that's my really idea of ICU Meds, is providing a uniform, a standard way of prescribing and to support, clients, patients across the globe to have medicines when they actually need. And for those who are limited on traveling, to provide them a freedom to travel anywhere and to have their medicines when they need. That's my intent, really.
That's beautiful. Claudia, would you also train the nurses that will be prescribing the medicine?
So the prescription is already made. So what the system will do is converting prescriptions in a uniform format. So everyone can have the same format of prescribing. So why is that? Because that will provide a way to audit how medicines have been prescribed in terms of distribution of drugs globally. And my intent as well is to provide support to airline companies as well to support travelers with their medicines, because I can see when you go into a lot of travel and you book your flight, where is the support and the guidance how to transport your medicine? There is no guidance. So I want to challenge that. I want to challenge airline companies to provide that support to patients, because they're still traveling. They still need your help. Even for the short time flight, we still need nurses, we still need doctors, we still need professional people to support you if you travel anywhere. And so you can feel safe, less stress, and you can be in control anytime you travel to anywhere you go. So that's my invite, and my challenge with ICU Med is what really I want to challenge the way of patients to travel and support them through the process.
So with the ICU Med, is it going to be, for example, if they're traveling and abroad, is it going to be through an app, or how would the communication, is there going to be someone on the other side that will answer certain questions?
So this is intended to be an app. So everybody will have an app with their prescription. So this app will convert into prescriptions a uniform format where patients can travel and they present their prescriptions any pharmacy anywhere, so they can get their medicines. And that's my obviously challenge is providing patients a very easy and a very way to carry their prescriptions, rather than just paper boxes of medicines, because let's be honest, diabetic patients cannot carry their insulin, their needles, and it's really a very stressful process. So why not make it easy? And also governments and policymakers to make something more easy for patients, making drugs more equal distributed across the globe, and support patients, because they need your support, they need their medicines. And sometimes traveling can interfere with the medication, with the therapeutic regime. They can affect the treatment, and sometimes can put life under threat as well.
And how many people, your team, would it take to produce this, to make this happen, to bring it into in its full evolvement?
I actually didn't hear the full question.
Yes, sorry, there's a little bit of a with the transition. So the question is, Claudia, for your team, for the operation for it to begin, how many people do you need is required to start this?
So for now, I'm still in the conceptual idea of the business. I had last year, I invested a few amount to start a platform. However, the IT company did not continue, and I kind of fall with my business partners. So at the moment, my goal is really get the proper team to develop the software and make the idea implementable, and so getting the first investment, and to trial obviously with some few companies, and few patients, and to see, what's going to happen. But really, I believe the idea really is transformative. And if any of you, while listening, um, feel would be a great idea, I'd like you guys to reach me and to discuss, because I'm really eager to make this implementable. Because I do believe that in a zero in the in the business it called building from 0 to 1. So in become be innovative and bring something new, because this is something new that could help a lot of people. It's not about money, it's about helping people facilitate patients treatments and medicine, distribution, basically.
It's an amazing concept, and the world requires this in every way. Claudia, wish you a lot of success and for all this. So, for you to make an outreach now, who would you like to contact you with regards to making this into its full reality?
So I'd like pharmaceutical companies to contact me to discuss the idea, because really pharma is really big and there is obviously a lot to explore in that field. So pharmaceutical industries, doctors, nurses that have, that resonate with the idea, any health professional and software engineers who actually could think that this could be implementable. Any person could contact me to bring something new that is really reliable, because really this is important, reliable, motivated to create something new. Okay, and have this genuine threat of helping, because this is a project that I don't want to gain any money with this. I have the genuine interest in making this implementable and really to support patients. That's my goal, honestly. And I just would love to see this idea, flourish and, to support patients. So any person can contact me. Honestly, I'm open to everybody. If you have an idea that could really complement mine, or if you really resonate with what I'm saying, please contact me on LinkedIn. I'm happy to hear from you.
And here we have your LinkedIn, Claudia. So, right. So that everybody can see your LinkedIn here. Claudia, what would you feel is your wish fulfillment now for the end of this year? Of course, it's going to be starting ICU Med and bringing in your partners, business partners. But my question is, for relaxation and well-beingness, how do you take care of that for yourself? I don't think she heard. Okay, there's a bit of a freeze. So, with the fact that USA Global TV and radio, because it's live broadcast, and wherever our guests are, sometimes the signal is not good. So, the whole thing about it is being in the now moment and flowing with it. So, sometimes it's like that with our guests, but we will have Claudia back for part 2 to tell us more about her fantastic idea of prescribing medicines wherever you are in the world and being able to have the right medicines and the advice on it as well. Right, so now we're going to hear about the ring. It is Dr. Jacqueline's branding awareness. She's a true innovator, pioneer, mothership, and she totally 100,000% in every way believes in branding, business, and style. So now we're going to hear from Dr. Jacqueline. My name is Dr. Madalene Chan. Thank you to Audi for for sponsoring the film and music show. And I will see you next week. So we leave you with Miss Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck and her ring thing. Bye. See you next week.
USA Global TV and Radio, home of the YouTube Silver Creator Award, proudly presents Just the Thing for Your Ring, introducing the patented Ring Thing. Your premium personal ring holder to keep your ring safe, nearby, and avoid loss.
The Ring Thing just got smarter. Add your logo and an NFC tag that opens to your website with one tap. Waterproof, inner padding, and now a forever business card.
Just the thing for your ring. Scan the QR code seen here to learn more about Ring Thing or place your order. Follow Ring Thing on Instagram at ring_thing_ or go to our website ringthing.com. USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents Steve Klein Art at steveklein.art.
My name is Steve Klein, born Manchester, England, 1953. My quest in my lifetime is to create artwork from my soul and the deepness within my wildest dreams and fantasies. In 2012, my heart stopped when I was given too much anesthetic for a minor knee operation, and this near-death experience took me to another multidimensional world, an out-of-body experience, and I was given the gift of being blessed by an overwhelming, burning passion to become, for the very first time in my life, an artist with an eternal, passionate desire to bring my art, which I've named multidimensional, subliminal, freeform art, to the world, as only 3% recover from what I experienced. And now in my golden years want to release my cosmic, vital energy through my art to allow people to be a part of my cosmic dance.
To learn more, email roccogoodwine@gmail.com. For VIP pricing, mention USA Global TV and Radio. 5 little-known secrets for dementia caregivers with Tracy Cram-Perkins.
Hi there, I am Tracy Cram-Perkins, the host of the Dementia Home Care Show here on USA Global TV and Radio. I am also the author of the book of the same name. And you'll see this QR code. This is for an extended version of the same talk. So if you want to see the full hour-long version, feel free to scan the code and go to that website. Stick with me. We'll talk about 5 little-known secrets to make it a little easier to do dementia caregiving. What you're seeing on the left-hand side is a healthy aged brain, age 55 and above. The one you're seeing on the right is an Alzheimer's disease brain. It is in moderate disease. It is shrinking. It has holes in it. The memories that were in those holes no longer exist. When you're learning something, let's say in kindergarten, you learn how to tie your shoelace. Well, then by the time you're in 2nd grade, your brain remembers that information from tying the shoelace and applies it so you can learn more quickly how to tie more complex knots. So the brain is hardwired to do this for us. So it helps us learn faster so it doesn't take us long to acquire knowledge. The brain is looking for the information and they pick the closest to wherever that hole is. Let's look at some tips that we can use to help do that.
These are 5 simple tools you can use as a dementia caregiver to help your loved one. The whiteboard is a useful tool in recording the day's activities and the answers to repetitive questions. The calendar clock is a very useful tool to orient your loved one on the day, the date, and the time, and remind them of upcoming appointments. The communication cards are a great tool to bridge the gap when they can no longer tell you what's wrong. And then there's the pill minder for when your loved one is still able to take pills but needs prompting. The final tool I want to share with you is the memory book. It tells your loved one's story. It's a great tool for distraction, redirection, also as a conversation starter, and telling you where they are in their story so you know how to answer their questions. Music is probably the most powerful tool in your toolbox after laughter.
Music is a way to maintain connection. It sticks with your brain longer than any other thing, including reading. When you're having an issue with somebody, you can play their favorite music if you move them to another room, something that makes them happy, or you can start singing songs together from their childhood. These are some of my favorite books for caregivers. My show airs on the third Tuesday of every month, and you can view past episodes on YouTube. Thank you, everyone.
This program has been brought to you in part by Tracy Cram Perkins. Connect with her and order her book at tracycramperkins.com. For more information about Alzheimer's disease, support resources, and how you can help, contact the Alzheimer's Association at 1-800-272-3900 or visit their website at www.alz.org. They offer 24/7 helpline support and a wealth of information to assist you and your loved ones.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USA-Global-TV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting. We're building bridges and changing lives, one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Music by Johnny Dyes. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative Direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.